Hey guys, have you attacked lately? Me neither. Do you want to do it at some point? I don't know. What are you thinking? Okay. In part 1 and 2, we saw how to open, how to transition, and now we're going to learn how to actually win. This is good. We've asked her on a date. She said yes. We picked a restaurant. We bathed. We shaved. We've gotten an outfit. We're wearing it. We're in the car. We've driven the speed limit. We have a full tank. We've arrived at the house. She's opened the door. It's time to say something. And if you want to say, I'm not ready to attack yet, then you're doing it wrong. Meanwhile, in StarCraft, Damaga's doing what I think is a very reasonable series of Zerg responses. He's getting some mix of infestors, corruptors, doing some counterattack. He has his free units, the swarm hosts, the extra money Damaga's spending on spore crawlers. There's 12 there right now. But we start to get battlecruisers, and the unit count 36 SCVs. Oopsie daisies, we missed the key part. Ugh. Now that we're maxed, we can start to see that we're just gonna gradually, slowly, surely. Where is it? These guys got sent out. I think these SCVs are the next ones to go. There's not a lot of SCVs mining at a lot of the different locations. Certainly not on any minerals. Do you guys go? Where are the ones that go? I guess it's just the ones here that slowly get picked off. Wow, I guess that's right. But that's fine. Whether they die or they get sacrificed. Now's the time to sacrifice, because Val is slowly going to replace that supply with battlecruisers. Those Banshees that were so important for defense, now going to go on offense. We're just going to try to deal gaseous damage. Ooh, we're building battlecruisers, baby. The big BC for you, for me. GG, killing off drones, total dronage. Never good to attack a hatchery, kill the workers. High-sec auto-tracking going down, because who doesn't love a better planetary? In the unit count, we see there's 25 workers. The ones that were up here, I guess, have been finally sacrificed. I'm going to assume that's the case. Maybe it's the ones over here. The important thing is that no SCVs mining minerals, but there's SCVs mining gas. No SCVs mining minerals, but there's SCVs mining gas. No SCVs mining minerals, and there would be SCVs mining gas, but it's empty. Same story here. No SCVs mining minerals, but there's SCVs mining gas. And the reason is because we can get 4 mules at a time. 25 harvesters. Now, here's a scary tab that we tend not to open. The Army tab. The Active Forces tab. Here we go. Ooh, 9K, 7.3K. With more in production. I have a couple valiant SCVs doing their best to absorb damage, and they didn't. They totally got Starship Troopered to death. Speaking of which, I should probably check if that's on Netflix, because I want to see it right now. Now, here's one thing that I love about watching Val. By the way, note, it's almost 10K, 10K. It's insane. The Raven count is not tremendous. It's not at, like, 30, and it totally could be. It's at 7, which is still a lot. And this is the Doom Death Army that Val wants to go for, and he will be very slow with it. Most of the time, he's using the Yamato cannon to pick off key targets. And when things get hairy, he's going to throw down a bunch of point defense drones. Not Seeker missiles, as you'd normally expect. Okay, we took some damage. You know what Val's going to do? Just pull away. Let his energy recharge. He wants to have all the purple, baby. All that purple. Okay. Now he's poking over here a little bit. Watch how cautious he's going to be. This is the end-death army. He's still building battlecruisers. His army supply is so nearly over 10k in 2 categories. Oh, it's like as awesome as when Leo won the Golden Globe.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field.
Oh my god, tanks are moving out. Insanity, craziness, mind-boggledness, but careful, gentle, easy peasy lemon squeezy movementsies. We see that the Locusts have caused 137, 106, and 85 kills respectively. These tanks that are now dying have 86, 85, 86, 59, and 89 kills respectively. Val's being so cautious. First attack of the game. Happening now. Anytime things look scary, throw down the point defense drones. Point defense. Now, think later. So those orbital commands are going to be very good for the scanning. Because we have so much energy. In fact, we have... Oh, we're energy broke. That's amazing. If you didn't think point defense drones were good, here's a moment that's going to make you reconsider your entire purpose in life. This is totally the wrong moment. Ignore me. But seriously, any engagement, we're going to hear the charging ups. A lot of these are going to die. Just straight up and straight away. All free kills. Val took a little bit of damage, so he's going to pull away. Always staying by the PDDs. Okay, watch this. Dude, watch this. Oh my god. Alright, we are at 35:55. Let's find out when that attack began. It might even be a full minute of time. I don't know. No, that's a little overambitious.
Base is under.
Okay, it was a full 20 seconds of firing from 18 corruptors to kill these.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Oh! Alright, there we go. Finally took him out. Oh, God. Let's break those non-attacking structures. Ooh! Alright. Alright, there we are. Look at this. Slow, gentle, cautious, auto-repair-y, slow, slow it down. Ease it up. Relax it back. Sooner or later, given that we have an equal amount of resources to our enemy, we should be up against an army with absolutely no gas units. Isn't that great? Some of these locusts move in, but soon enough, we just keep Yamato cannoning. Damaga, with a happy face, says something Udachi. What does Udachi mean? Nobody knows. Let's take questions. Ooh, Tori Kyoyo! Always with the good questions right out the gate. Could Damaga prevent this strategy with proper early scouting and aggression? Yes. I think that the correct answer in this spot for the Zerg is to be very, very aggressive with things like Nidus Worms, drops in the main. The instant the Terran player moves out to a 4th base, that's when it's the trigger to go, 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 go. And just bash in there. I think Hydras might not be so effective. I mean, I think honestly, like Mass, Ling, Roach, hitting in so many different places at once and then expanding like crazy. I think the tech switches that you generally don't think of are going to be the most effective, particularly between big mid-game units. So like Ling Roach in dropships while expanding, and then transition into Mass Mutalisk, and then go all the way back into Mass Roach. Bouncing back and forth between those are awesome. Dum ba ba da boom dum boom da ba da boom dum dum. Ezetriel Sri says, I'm a Terran player, but not really feeling this mech style. I prefer Bio. Do you think that mech will drown out Bio Terran? I don't ever think it will. I mean, given the fact that we've been seeing Bio be successful for like 5 years, I think it might be a trend that people will generally use it more for a few months, but that still doesn't remove all the previous effective success of Bio. So if you don't like this, that's fine. And yes, I think it's very fine to be comparing this strategy to some of the ones like the Stefano, Swarm Host, Corruptor, Viper. J Calculator asks, what if the Zerg used the third base as a macro hatch and went for really fast muta? I think that given the strengths of mech, fast anything will never win in that moment. If it's something like fast muta, suddenly switch and do a ton of roaches, and then suddenly switch back to muta. That's what's going to strain a mech player. A mech player can't really have all of his army in one place at one time. So you can do things like Mutalisks over here, Roaches over here, so he sends his tanks to the right and his anti-air to the left, and then you rejoin and hit just the anti-air, something like that. Big-Eyed Fish 11 says, Dana, why don't people blend mech and bio? Where is the fault in that? It's one of those jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none things where if you have a little bit of everything, you are spread out in so many different ways that you don't have the best in each category. So, I mean, if you are going for bio, you need to get things like stem and combat shields, barracks, each with add-ons. If you want to go for mech, you need to get Blue Flame Hellion, the add-ons. Oh, don't forget the plus one, or just the plus upgrades at the engineering base and the plus upgrades from the armory. If you go for a mix, you have to spend a ton of investment in just the infrastructure. And then you also have the struggle where you don't quite have the flexibility because of the way the add-ons work. So imagine for a moment if you're in ultra late game and you have like, I don't know, 13 barracks. Some are going to have tech labs, some are going to have reactor. So now you can go for a lot of Marines and Marauders. And then if your ghost count gets low, you can quickly get like 5 or 6 ghosts all at once. Or if your Marauder count is low, you can quickly build all the Marauders at once. You have the ability to fix the issues that you're having in your play really quickly. But if you have some split, like you have 2 factories with reactor and 2 with tech lab and 3 factories with, or 3 barracks with tech lab and 3 barracks with reactor, and you kind of have this weird split, and you think, oh no, he's building air units. I guess I'm going to go Thor Marine. Think of how different those 2 units function. Thor, slow and clunky. Marines, hyper fast and fragile. Oh, he's going for Marauders. Or excuse me, oh, he's going Roaches. Let me go Marauders and tanks. Well, Marauders are really fast and fragile, and the tanks are really sturdy and slow. So, I mean, that's sort of what's up. Yeah. Last question from Anton Bischoff Frederick. Great to see you again. Recently, I tried qualifying for Challenger this season, but lost in the round of 32 to things I've never seen before. I feel Demago's in the same spot in this game. What do you recommend doing in situations you've never seen before? How do you go about deciding what to do in the moment? So I'm going to give an answer, and then I'm going to qualify it. My immediate response is do whatever you think you have practiced the most, that you are most comfortable and familiar with. And then if you do what I do and have a notebook where you write things down, I would write down, wow, I have no practice against Mech. And then I would try to practice a lot against Mech after that point in time. In the game, though, let's say you've only ever gone mutiling Baneling, and a Mech army shows up. It is your job in a tournament situation where you're trying to qualify and you're trying to work really hard on getting this win in this game. The highest probability of you winning is with you doing something that you've practiced before. Even if you try to think, wow, maybe Roaches is better here. You've never practiced it, so it's going to be bad. Afterwards, that's when I would begin to do it. And now to qualify that, if you have... So I played Brood War in tournaments for a decade. So that's 10 years of one game. And my experience of playing kind of went like this, where I'm just going to use StarCraft 2 terminology to make it clear. And let's say I played Zerg, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go mutiling Baneling. Wow, I'm having a lot of problems versus Biomine. Okay, let me rework my play a little bit. Wow, I'm having a lot of problems now against Mech. Okay, let me practice against that and rework the play a little bit. Wow, people are going for Sky Terran. Let me practice and work against that. And then when I'd go to a tournament game after like a few years, then I'd see someone doing some weird Mech air mix, and an answer would just kind of click in my head. That's the general experience of players, that your hands know enough that you something just feels right. It just sort of happens in the head. There's not a lot of, I'm going to think really hard right now and try to figure out what to do. All that sort of stuff happens between games. In fact, that's an important thing to note about the daily. All the analysis I'm doing is between games. I am providing tools for you to analyze your games between games, or to analyze a match you're watching when you can do this with your hands. In-game thoughts are something I don't talk as much about. In-game thoughts I don't talk as much about because they tend to basically be grounded in whatever I was deciding beforehand. Alright, that's it. Done. See you on Friday. Friday. I'll see you on Friday. Have a good week.